so this is the Steve Vai lick from the song Tender Surrender. And I remember when I first heard this song, this lick just blew me away. It's an arpeggio lick, C major 7 arpeggio with that with the 6th in it, or the 13th, whatever you want to call it. But what's interesting is he changes it up a little later on in the arpeggio and puts in an outside note, which really kind of makes it come alive and makes it so cool. So this song is in E minor, and it's kind of a cut time thing going on. And when this lick comes in, he's going to the C. Okay, so he's going to play the C major 7th arpeggio. Okay, so how it works, I'll just do it slow just one time. Okay, so we're going to start down here on the, we're in the C major kind of a pattern. So we're going to start here on the 9th fret of the E string. Actually, we're going to slide in from the 12th fret. So, okay, so we slide down to the C and then pull off. You could just go like that, slide all the way down to the B, but I like to pull off from the. I don't know how he's doing it, but that's how I kind of figured out how to do it. Okay, so back up to the C, and then we're to the A7, A10. Okay, so that's the beginning of it. So we've got the root, the major 7th, the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. Okay, and then we're up here on D7, and that would be the 6th, right? This is where it starts getting cool because he slides up the next note, okay? So we go, okay, and then we hammer onto the C, okay? So that's your first octave. Okay, so moving on from that, we're going to pluck that G, or that E note on G9, okay? So hammer on here to G12, to the G note. Okay, and now it gets interesting because this is where he puts the outside note in. Because technically the next note should be this, should be the 6th, right? To match the 6th down here, the A note. So what it really should be would be, and that's just the B, B12, and B13, the B note and the C note, okay? That's not the right fingering of the final product, but that's kind of, you know, to make a normal sort of arpeggio, those are the notes you'd use, right? Okay, but this is where he changes it up, and instead of using that major 6, he uses the flat 6. He flats the 6 there. So you get this. Okay, so that's so cool. Like, this is what these advanced guys will do, right? Is they use outside notes that aren't in the scale. And, you know, for, like, if I was, you know, to tell you that I'd come up with an arpeggio and it goes like this, right? You'd go, well, whoa, wait a second, man. You got it. There's a wrong note in there, right? Because that note should be that note. Okay. But because he uses it as a passing tone, it works, and it kind of adds flavor to the arpeggio, right? Just kind of puts it a little off kilter and kind of brings your ear, it's like a slap in the face, right? It's like, bang, what? But it goes by so fast, it just works, okay? Now, and that's because it's a passing note. If you just ended on that note, if you just went, you'd be like, whoa, what the hell, man? That's out there. That's not the right note. And for sure, you'd be more right. I mean, there's really never right or wrong in any of this stuff because all notes will work just depending on what you want to hear, what your ear is telling you want to hear, okay? So, but that note, landing on that note, would definitely not work for most people because it's out of the scale. It's an out note. But using it as a passing tone, it works, okay? So, here we go. So far we've got... Okay, and that's a slide there too, right? From the B9 to the B12. And then hammer on the C note, the B13. Okay? So that's the cool thing about this arpeggio, is those two slides, right? Well, I guess the beginning slide too, but that's an opposite one. Here. And here. Okay, so up to speed, that's like... Okay, so, and that right there is a great arpeggio. You can use that anytime you come across, you know, in this key, C major 7, you know, added the 6 and add the flat 6, so that'll work over any kind of C major 7 type chord. So you can transpose that and use it in any key too, right? So you can use that in your playing, like right now. But he keeps it going, so he adds on to it. So we've got this. Okay, and that's just a trill here from the E to the G. E12 to E15 to B13, B12. Then it comes way up here, up to E19, pulls off to 17, and you know, technically that C major 7 arpeggio ends there. Right, so that's kind of the last note of it. Okay, and then what happens is the chords change to a D. Okay, so now the next note he plays is the D, right? To match the chord of what's going on below. Okay, another example of what the best players do, and they always play notes that are in the chord, right? Okay, and then he finishes that off with this really cool, like a pedal tone thing, where he goes... Okay, so we're just up here on the 20th fret, and we got that bend, right? And we're here on 19, up to 20, down to 17, back to 20, and then we just bounce along that 17th fret, going down one string at a time, okay? So... Okay, slow, it doesn't sound like much, but when you play it up to speed... that. Okay, so that's it in its entirety. We'll play it one time up to speed. Okay, so there you go. Fantastic lick from a really, you know, amazing player. Super creative too, right? Because it throws in that outside note. Anyways, hope you get something out of this. Talk to you next time.